Hi everybody! First of all, thank you so much for being here with me, for tuning into my channel, for trusting me with your private readings. This is only the beginning of such a long journey, but it has been so fun already. I want to thank you guys for your patience this month with me being on vacation and that energy that Cancer season brought. Healers need healing too, and I've had to take some time to focus on myself and the things that are changing in my life as well as my private clients. So thank you guys for your patience with me getting these readings out. I promise that August will be a lot smoother. With that being said, I also have a new service that I'm offering. It's not on my site yet, so you're going to have to email me if you are interested in this. All that information to contact me for readings is below, so check the description box, okay? Please don't email me on Facebook or message me on Facebook. For some reason, I don't get the notifications for like a day or two. And I don't want you waiting that long. I always answer email within 24 hours. So also, right now, I'm booking about a week out. So by the time you contact me and I respond, it's usually about 5 to 7 days to get your reading, okay? So the new service I have is called Soul Medicine. So it is the soul spread plus 5 custom channeled affirmations that are based on what your soul needs to kind of process the information that came out in the spread and move out of blocks, as well as a candle inscribed and lit with the intention to clear your field of all energy that is not yours. Okay, we're all very porous and we tend to take in a lot of people's energy, even if we do cleansings regularly on ourselves. So the intention of this candle, it's a white candle. I light it after I do your reading with the intention to clear your field of any energy that is not yours and send it back to source or send it back to its source with love, okay? And that service is $55. All right, so if you're interested in that, please email me and I will send you a PayPal link and let's get into these readings. Cancer, I'm getting the message right now of needing to find your footing. It's not that you can't, but something has occurred that has left you kind of shaken. And I think that you will re-find your footing, right? Because you have an opportunity to be stable, okay? Or you have an opportunity to stabilize with an earth sign. Okay, something that can materialize and bring you great stability. Obviously, not that you can't materialize or stabilize yourself on your own. You obviously can. We don't need anybody to do anything for us or whatever. But I'm feeling like something has occurred that has left you feeling shaky, or that you're standing on shaky ground on a subject, right? So I don't think it's like you lost your job or something like that. And I don't think it's news that you're just finding out. I think it's something that you've known for a while, or, you know, but it's the levity of it has, you know, taken time to really hit, and it's left you feeling unsettled and left you feeling like you don't have a stable ground. Because my feet are like burning right now and they feel like they're tied up. Like my feet feel like they're tied up. Or kind of bound together like a mermaid, right? So it's the idea of like every move you make, it's like hands and then your feet, you know what I mean? Like the rest of your body, almost like you have to do the worm through everything that's happening. You know, and this is definitely a general reading, but I feel like for a lot of you, being that it's Cancer season, we have a lot of energy in Cancer with the Sun, Mercury, and Mars there. But I'm feeling like this is very much related to your feelings, you know, being bound emotionally or having been rocked emotionally and not really being able to find your footing quite yet. I know you want to, though. You do want to, but you feel tied to something that is limiting your mobility. I just got that song, Love Me When It Hurts. I'm pretty sure it's by Avant. It's an old R&B song. Yeah, I'm about to listen to that when we cut off this video. Everybody needs to go listen to that, especially those of you that know that song. Spin that. I think that's exactly how you're feeling. Right now, This could be getting stabbed in the back, but I feel like this is like having to surrender in your case, Cancer. I think it's time now to surrender. Surrender to the pain. Surrender to the fact that you're somehow tied up, right? Because until you relax, it's almost as if like if you relax and didn't try to wail your feet and kick your feet, it's like every time you kick your feet, right, the rope gets tighter. But if you relax, you know, metaphorically you need to, you know what I mean, there needs to be a death. But this is mental. So this is like surrendering mentally, right? Surrendering to the idea that there is power outside of you that is inhibiting you from regrounding, that is inhibiting you, you know. For some of you, I think it's, you know, dealing with motherhood or the mother of your child, or being bound by your mother because you're a mother, because of a child coming into this world. Also with the Empress, right? That's the idea of like needing to surrender to the reality that you can birth your own world. So there's no need to feel bound or defeated on anyone else's hands. Like, because until we surrender, we can't come into our power. Because the Empress is extremely empowered. Extremely empowered. And the Emperor had come up on the bottom of the deck earlier when I was shuffling, and they're a pair. You know, Emperor's like the daddy of the tarot, if Emperor's the mother. And, you know, he's very sound and secure and stable, and he knows what he wants for himself, and he's her counterpart, you know. He's everything she's not. So even though this is a general reading, I'm feeling as though, Cancer, primarily you're dealing with things that are emotional in your life, and it's not that you can't be emotionally tied to your work. You totally can. But I think for a lot of you, this is going to play out in your personal life. Maybe not necessarily a romantic relationship, but definitely a family-based relationship or a friendship. All right, Cancer. So, listen. Again, this is a general reading, and this is supposed to be focused on career and your overall spiritual path, right? I definitely think for a lot of you, this will somehow be tied to a relationship or a family bond or a friendship, much more than career. I really don't feel this is career-based for you. There's a lot of swords and cups. Okay, it's a lot of thoughts versus emotions. A lot of how do I feel versus what do I think, and you needing to find rectification between the two. Okay, the overall energy for you this month is the Queen of Swords. Now, the Queen of Swords has acknowledged how she feels, but still makes a decision based on logic. And it's a need to see things clearly. You have the King of Swords down here as well, but that's a little bit different of a message. Either way, there's a need to get out of your feelings to make a clear-cut choice. And I think more than anything, whatever has been bogging you down, like I said in the beginning, I don't think this is something that just occurred. I think it's something that's been the truth. But I think it's so emotionally daunting, per se, that it's taking you a really long time to let it go. And to some regard, I don't think you can let it go in the sense of like, I don't think you can just forget about it and it's over. Like, it's like something that you have to continue to deal with. It's not something that you can just like move away from. So I think that's why you're struggling so much to deal with how you feel, because you are being asked to let go this painful, disappointing feeling and needing to see the reality of the pain and how it somehow is teaching you a spiritual overall lesson in your life, and that this is just part of your journey and there's no need to like, you know, kill yourself mentally over it, yet you still come out on the outcome with feeling bound by your conditions and feeling like it's a lose-lose situation. Like the only way you're going to win is by compromising or by like fighting with somebody. But overall, it's basically like you need to surrender to spirit. You need to surrender to the universe. You need to tap into your faith. Because I see that you're very disappointed in whatever has transpired. And I feel as though it's something that is just not in your control to shift. Like, whatever you're disappointed about, it cannot be changed. It cannot be changed. Because what you're being asked to leave behind is the Five of Cups, which is the feeling of, you know, wanting to, like, turn back time. If I could turn back time. Okay? That's that feeling. Wanting to, woe is me. Why can't I just go back to the way it was? And then together fell out the Three of Swords with the King of Swords. So I see this as needing to look at your disappointment and pain. The Three of Swords overall, just like, when you're Three of Swords and Five of Cups, that's just like devastated. Emotionally and mentally devastated. Like, why did this happen to me? What did I do to deserve this? How am I going to move forward? Where is my life headed? And the ruin that we had here is luck. So obviously something unlucky happened. Something that is not, that you feel is not conducive to your life. Something that is not perpetuating you forward. It just feels, you know, this is a very victim type of energy. Potentially the person that caused this pain is an air sign. Okay, it doesn't have to be a man. It could be a woman. But I'm feeling like this is definitely an opposite energy of you, Cancer. This is not your energy. I think that you do need to see it all clearly. I think that you need to step up out of your feelings and just call it what it is. You know what I mean? Like, because it's done and it's over with. However, there's a chance that it was definitely caused by a Libra. I almost said Aries. So we'll just say that too. Libra, Aries, Gemini, Aquarius, Sun or Moon, man or woman could have caused this pain. Or, right, because again, overall the energy is the Queen of Swords. So overall this could be about a person that you're dealing with too. Again, that's an air sign or someone that's just very much the opposite of you, Cancer. Not emotional, right? Standoffish. And I don't usually describe that card as this, but I'm feeling it's the negative side or the downside of that card. Someone that does not feel you. Someone that you do not have emotional resonance with. Someone that has cut you off either emotionally or someone that you cannot reach emotionally. Someone that is very much detached. And even though, you know, it's not empowering to look at things from a place of like, this person did something to me, I feel like whatever pain you're experiencing, they were involved in it. And I don't think you guys ever saw eye to eye on this scenario, and that is what you were so much grieving about. This is very much a grieving energy. Okay, but Spirit is asking to leave it behind and just see it for what it is. Like, call a spade and be done with it. And I know that's difficult for you, Cancer. But until you get up out of your feelings, you're not, and start to acknowledge the spiritual lesson and the gifts that are still abound. Like, all, you know, you're not dead. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you didn't die. You're alive. And now this is your reality. So what are you going to do with it? Okay, what are you going to do with it? The door that's now open for you that was once closed, the Chariot, which is your card, clarified by the Nine of Wands with the rune Fertility. So fertility in this position is telling me that the situation is ripe. The energy is ripe, right? For what? The Chariot, which is not only you, right? So I think it's you, you finally have the power back in yourself for you to come back into yourself and come back into your own. However, you are hesitant, right, with the Nine of Wands. I think you're hesitant to move forward with anything because you're so disappointed with whatever these conditions are in your life, right? It could be, again, I talked about children in the beginning. It could be over fertility, right? Something happened, either someone got pregnant or someone's not getting pregnant, and you're just not sure how to move forward because of something that's happened before. You're feeling on guard, okay? But more so with this Chariot card in this case, I was just talking about this the other day on Twitter with someone. The Chariot, though it guarantees movement to an extent, I mean, and I say guarantee because it's a major arcana, but now what people don't talk about with the Chariot is that in order to seize this movement, in order to have the power to move forward and create change in your life, to be victorious, you must acknowledge your baggage and take it with you. Not because letting things go isn't effective, you know what I mean? But there's some things we can't let go. There's some things about ourselves, right, that are innately dark and innately light. So, Cancer, something about you that I think you need to rectify as well is everything is not always happy. Everything is not always good, or what you identify as good or comfortable or safe. And in order to move forward in life, in general, we have to acknowledge our pain and say, you know what? I am not my pain, but I do experience pain. You know, it's like, I am not my story, I am me, but there are bad parts of my story and good parts of my story, and both of them have made me who I am today. There's a need to acknowledge who you are despite this, right? Yes, it is part of your story in the sense that it happened to you and it is part of your reality, but it does not define you. However, you cannot suppress it. You will not be able to move forward by ignoring it. And if you focus too much on it, you will be stuck there. There's a need to pull yourself up out of defensiveness. With the Nine of Wands here, I feel very much like you want to sit in your shell. Like you're just, you know what, like you got your claws out and you just got your head mostly pulled into your shell and you're like, try me. Try me. Like there's a feeling here of not wanting to trust people. But keeping people out while you're dealing with something this devastating, this upsetting to your soul, is not going to help you, okay? So allow your friends to help you. Allow the people you care about in your life to help you, okay? Don't be on guard. Find the people, right? Maybe there is a Queen of Wands that you, or a Queen, I said Queen of Wands, or Queen of Swords, or King of Swords that you need to talk to, right? An air sign or a logical, analytical person that you need to talk to get clarity as well. That could also be another message. Because I know Cancers, they mean well, but they do see through a very emotional lens. So logic is not, you know, it's second for you. It's not first. So maybe you need somebody that sees things much more objectively. So I feel if you needed that person, I feel like they're coming in to help you deal with the spiritual lesson that is the situation, because the energy in your head is the Hierophant, in your heart, the Two of Pentacles, and in your foundation, the Six of Wands. The rune that I have here is protection, and I was looking at the Hierophant when I got it. Now, I think for some of you, this is marriage, and I think that some of you are trying to protect yourself through marriage, or are trying to protect yourself by committing, or protecting yourself from committing to someone. Because again, this Nine of Wands energy is combative. It's like, don't come near me. Come on, don't come within 5 feet. I'm going to smack you. Like, keep your distance, right? And you have protection with this. And this is also, I'm thinking, protecting yourself from the spiritual truth, right? Because this is a commitment and also an oracle of sorts, right? He's a little more dogmatic than the High Priestess. But there's this idea here of like traditional bonds and values, like things that you have pictured for your life. Some of them you are using them to protect yourself now, right? It's like, I have these ideals and I have these pictures of what I want, and I've already been disappointed enough, so I'm just going to protect myself by not going after the rest, or vice versa. And I'm sorry if that's a little confusing, but there's this idea here of like some of you, I think, are getting married to protect yourself from like something bigger, something that pulls at your heartstrings more, but at the same time is devastating. I think some of you are avoiding marriage or avoiding commitment to protect yourself from feeling pain again. But at the same time, I feel very much so that committing to someone or making I almost want to say making a vow, like making a promise to someone is on your mind. I feel very much so that family is on your mind, and what family means to you, and what type of family you're going to have, or what type of family you're working to have, and things like that. In your heart, you have the Two of Pentacles. So this is telling me that, you know, you are trying to rectify reality with your emotional world. I think you really are trying to strike a balance between what do I feel and what do I have? What do I know and what do I feel? You know, what do I believe and what is out here in my reality? But you haven't quite got it yet. And again, I think that you kind of need someone. I mean, technically, you know, again, everything has to start with us. But I do think that you could use some help. I do feel like you need to reach out to somebody. Don't get so caught up. And actually, if you look at how his feet are, that's exactly how my feet felt they were, except tied together. Because it's like the boats back here are getting tossed. Like the emotional waters are crazy. And when the emotional waters are crazy, our physical reality gets crazy, right? Because as above, so below. You know what I mean? They're a reflection of each other. So what can you do, or what do you need to do to bring your world back into harmony? What spiritual truth is knocking on your door right now? Or what one are you trying to protect yourself from acknowledging? Right? You've been presented with 2 keys here. And 2 doors. You can go through either one. Right? Because victory, what you're grounded in is success. What you're grounded in, again, this is movement, moving forward. You are determined to move forward. I know you are. I know you are. And this is also knowing that you have support. Knowing that you're not alone. But there's something to some regard that you're blocking on a mental level. And until you let that in, until you let that intuition in, that nudge from the universe in, it's going to be really hard for you to find balance between how you feel and what your reality looks like. First, you have to rectify it in your heart so that it can reflect out into your world. I'm getting a very heavy mental energy right now, too, as if you're holding your head in your hands. Just kind of like this guy over here. Very much the the thinker pose type of statue. That's the vibe that I'm getting. Spirit's advice for you is the 8 of Cups, clarified by the 9 of Swords with the rune Journey. So this is pretty straightforward to me. Spirit is saying, like, you gotta go forward. Again, emotionally. You need to move forward emotionally. You need to come up out of those murky waters. Because all you're doing, thinking about it over and over again, is driving yourself mad. There's just so much anxiety. And underneath the bed here, I don't know if you can see it. My camera's being funny right now. It's super bright in here too. They're having a duel underneath this guy's bed. And this is the head in your hands feeling too. But again, with the rune Journey here, it's telling me it's just that part in your journey where something has made you upset. Like it's never sunshine and rainbows all the time. Like you know what I mean? That's not realistic. But I'm feeling as though there's so much bigger and better for you. There's so much bigger and better for you. But you have to get up out of your feelings and see it clearly. See it clearly. Get a different perspective. Look, she's looking at things from a profile. Okay? She's looking at things from a profile. So when you switch your stance, when you stop staring directly at the problem and start looking at the wider perspective, start looking at everything in your life, not just what has went wrong. No matter how much it hurts what has happened. What is going to hurt more? Drilling your head in a day and night like, woe was me, oh my gosh, how did this happen? I don't want this to be the truth. Oh my God, why? Instead, why not say, you know what? I did not expect this for myself. I did not think that this is what my life was going to be like. But I trust in the universe's plan. And I trust that all is working out in my favor. And I know it's not easy. That's why the 10 of Swords is in the beginning, talking about surrender. Needing to fully surrender. Okay? Needing to believe in a brighter day. A brighter tomorrow. Otherwise, you're never going to manifest it. I don't think you're quite ready yet either, because in the final outcome, the most likely outcome is 8 of Swords with the 5 of Swords. And the rune that we have here is success. So I think that overall, you're feeling that you can't be successful in this scenario, that like no matter what you do, it can't pan out well for you. And that's the same theme here, right, with luck and all this pain here. Very much so, I think you felt you've been dealt bad luck and there's no way to win. Because the 5 of Swords is kind of nasty. Or more than anything, I think this is an argument. Arguments and bickering, again, I think with other people, as well as a lot of, air sign or detached, cold people that have no emotional investment in you. But they're making you feel like this. And I think that's also why they're arguing with you. Because you have this energy of like, I'm stuck, I'm trapped, I'm a victim. It's over for me. It's over for me. So they're playing on that. They're playing on the fact that you feel defeated. They're playing on the fact that you feel bound. They're playing on the fact that I'm really feeling as though somebody a little bit has you backed against a corner. But in reality, right behind the corner that they're backing you up into is a trap door. And all you have to do is turn sideways, get out of your feelings, turn to the left, and pop through the door. That's it. Okay? You have to release yourself from this mental bind or this corner, this metaphysical corner that somebody has backed you in that has made you feel lesser than, that has made you feel disempowered. But until you emotionally rectify whatever this scenario is within you, you will continue to feel owned by it. You will continue to feel defeated by it. You will continue to feel like every time you start getting good, they come in and swoop and take your juju. They take your good vibes. But nothing can be taken from us that we weren't already willing to offer up. Okay? So, Cancer, I'm going to get you an affirmation, but I want you to know that I feel for you. Okay? I may be a Virgo, but I love Cancers. I love and admire Cancers so much. I mean, I have a Scorpio moon, but I love and admire Cancers so much for their ability to feel. And I don't think a lot of people understand how much you feel because you don't really show it. You're just kind of on guard a lot. But you need to set yourself free. Set yourself free, okay? It's not the end of the world. People love you. There are people on your team that are here to protect you. Okay? Not everyone is against you. I feel like it's important for you to know that. It's important for you to know that. You're going to get 2 affirmations, I guess. I lovingly do everything I can to assist my body in maintaining perfect health. I get plenty of sleep every night. My body appreciates how I take care of it. This is important because if you're not resting and you're just like running yourself into the ground physically and emotionally, well, then that's going to be very taxing, my darling. Very taxing. Oh, this is so good. I come from the loving space of my heart and know that love opens all doors. I have come to this planet to learn to love myself more and to share that love with all those around me. So the more you love yourself, the more people that love you can get in and get close to you. And I know that's Cancer's biggest plight is you guys love so much and you're so susceptible to the energy around you that oftentimes you isolate yourself and people don't realize that they empathize as much as they do with you. As a Virgo, I'm very closed off too. And I think that's where Cancers and I bond. We realize oh, we're both scared to be emotionally vulnerable, but we have so many emotions, and then we just bond over them. So love opens all doors, my friends. And I know you're feeling pain now and despair a little bit. It feels a little bit despairy to me. But I think this is something that has been going on for a while, or has been in your attention zone for a while, and it's time to let it go. Because it's starting to just, for lack of a better term, fuck with you mentally. And it's just unnecessary at this point, okay? Lean on your team. Lean on the people that are around you, that care about you, because they won't heal you outright. You have to make that choice, but they are here to support you and love you, okay? Cancer, I will see you soon for your love reading as well. Thank you so much. Peace.